In this video, I'm going to talk about the attention economy. I'll talk about what it is and why it matters to companies. This will set us up for my accompanying video in which I shall speak about why it should matter to us. In simple terms, the attention economy is an industry which has grown up around the idea of grabbing and maintaining our attention. It isn't an industry which has emerged with digital technologies, but it is one that has been greatly accelerated by them, as Tim Wu has terrifyingly outlined in his book, The Attention Merchants, the epic struggle to get inside our heads. In the past, the profitable trades were those in coal, gold, and other commodities. In our present times, another commodity has proved to be exceptionally lucrative: our attention. Shifting the focus from rock face to the human face, the new rush has been to extract the highest possible number of eyeball minutes on a daily and even hourly basis from each of us. Those in the race have been dubbed by Tim Wu attention merchants, the industrial scale harvesters of human attention. So, who exactly are these merchants? How do they grab our attention? And why does achieving this hold such great value for them? These merchants are everywhere. They have been behind the growth of some of the biggest tech companies of our time: Google, Apple, Facebook. They can also be found in newer products and services, including within the technology sector working in the field of education, which look to adopt strategies often borrowed from the gaming industry to create stickiness, to alter our behaviour and hook us right in. We can start to comprehend this if we understand that, as the author Newport has remarked, technology is not neutral. Elsewhere, I have raised the question as to whether our current digital world has stayed true to its founding aspirations, that sense of creating social good through connecting people and their ideas. The rhetoric of some companies might lead us to think that we have stayed on the same path. The digital infrastructure they have created, however, strongly suggests otherwise. Facebook's mission statement is as follows: to give people the power to build community and bring the world closer together. People use Facebook to stay connected with friends and family, to discover what's going on in the world, and to share and express what matters to them. As Newport has argued, a powerfully and conveniently vague statement of intention. From Google to YouTube to Facebook to Twitter to LinkedIn to any number of sites and tools, there is a battle for our attention. There is, as one vocal critic and ex-Googler calls it, a race to the bottom of the brainstem. As many whistleblowers turned activists proclaim, these services and tools have been designed or engineered to grab and maintain our attention. Take this example. Which one do you find more attention-grabbing? Chances are, most of you went for the red on blue. As the Centre for Humane Technology explains, notifications appear in red, their emphasis, dots, because red is a trigger colour that instantly draws our attention. As the founder of the centre, Tristan Harris, explains elsewhere, Facebook, for example, started out with a blue notification dot, but found users responded to red notifications much more readily. There are a plethora of other strategies used beyond notification badges. The like button on social media websites has attracted extensive attention from commentators, for example, not least for the way in which it taps into our very human need for social approbation or approval. The streaming service Netflix will automatically play the next episode of a TV show. YouTube's algorithm will show you content it has calculated you will be interested in right after you have watched the video you had originally headed to the platform to watch. In fact, if you don't take any action, you could easily spend hours upon hours passively consuming whatever bit of content the algorithm endlessly dishes up for you. The role of these features? To keep us engaged with an individual product or service for as long as possible. The benefit for companies once they have successfully consumed more of our time? Money. And let me briefly elaborate on this. In 2010, a phrase started doing the rounds on the internet. You might well have heard it. If you're not paying for it, you are the product. In a 2012 article on the topic, published in the US business magazine Forbes, Scott Goodson remarked, "I'm not sure how many people are fully aware of this sentiment yet, or whether they even care," he wrote. But the next time you're browsing the web or enjoying a video on YouTube, remember that Google is watching your every move, because that's the price you pay. The more time we spend on a platform, the greater the value we offer to companies. Why? Because we give them more and more information about what we like, what we care about, and what we are interested in or revile or dislike. This information, digitally stored as data, as I have outlined elsewhere, becomes a veritable goldmine, or should we say, attention mine. Once these platforms know what we are interested in, it means that they can target advertising for products, services, political candidates much more effectively, a service which is incredibly lucrative. Long gone are the days when your only option was simple blanket advertising, that is, putting out messages blindly to everyone in the hope that someone becomes interested in your product, service, or ideas. We are in the era in which micro-targeting is eminently possible. One ad for me, one ad for you, each ad shown to us because the platforms know what we care about, what we are interested in, what we revile, whether we have done this consciously or otherwise. A whole ancillary industry or supporting industry has grown up to oil the mechanisms of the main attention merchants. Take a look at this book title, Hooked: How to Build Habit-Forming Products. Or the title of this blog post, Want to Hook Your Users? Drive Them Crazy. These titles, which help drive the attention economy, should set the alarm bells firmly ringing. My next video will explore why. We should, to take Scott Goodson's words, care deeply about our position as passive product, a pawn in the massive money-making machinery of tech enterprises, large and small.